Hey, in this video, we're going to be talking about the veterans benefits when you move to Tampa, Florida. So if you're a veteran, you're going to want to stick around, especially towards the end, because they can save you a lot of money. And we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about the eating, sleeping, the working, the playing, the good and the bad of living in Tampa, Florida, then subscribe below or tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Tampa. I'm Jonathan. Me and my partner James get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking for help on making their move to Tampa. We absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, then give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'll be happy to help you make that smooth move to Tampa. Now, being in real estate, we're going to talk about something real estate related, about the benefits that you veterans get, and that's going to be VA loans. VA loans is going to be very beneficial to you when purchasing a house. Reason being, they're going to offer things like 0% down, so you're going to make no down payment, or things like no mortgage insurance. That alone is going to save you, a few $100 a month, and that's that right there alone is pretty huge. So VA borrowers in Florida with their full VA loan entitlement are not restricted to VA loan limits. This means you can borrow as much as the mortgage lender is willing to lend you without the need of a down payment. However, veterans without their full VA loan entitlement are still bound to VA loan limits. And as of January 1st, 2023, those limits are $726,200. So if you don't have your full VA loan entitlement, you can borrow up to $726,200 without the need of a down payment. So what is VA loan entitlement? The VA loan entitlement is the amount that the VA is willing to guarantee the mortgage lender without, in case you default on your loan. And that's usually around 25%, and that varies on a case-by-case basis, but you can always discuss that with a mortgage lender. And we happen to be partnered with a mortgage lender. They'll be able to help you out, and you can discuss that further with them. But another benefit to being a veteran in Florida is if you wish to further your education, because there are a lot of educational benefits. You know that the Florida Department of Veterans Affairs offers educational assistance programs for veterans, including the Hazelwood Exemption Program, which gives you tuition-free education at state colleges and at universities. That's including the post 9/11 GI Bill and the Montgomery GI Bill. So if you're just sitting around and you're like, hey, I want to go back to college, or I want to, I want to further my education, but I'm not so sure because, I'm a little tight on cash right now, or whatever the case may be. It's a little up in the air because cash might be an issue. Look into these benefits because they could help you out a lot, and that could be a make or break whether you want to, further your education or not. Now let's go ahead and talk about something pretty awesome, which I think for 100% disabled veterans. You can apply and get a disabled veterans license plate at no charge. And what does that mean? According to Florida statutes, anybody with a DV license plates are exempt from paying any parking fees statewide. I mean, that's pretty huge, and that's real beneficial to disabled veterans. So, I mean, that includes like any meters. So if you're, parking any there's a lot of downtown meters in Tampa. If you're parking any like down in St. Pete, so if you're at any of these meters and you're parking, that means you don't have to pay for them. It's they look at your license plate and it says the disabled veteran license plate, and you're not going to get ticketed. So that's pretty huge, and especially I live in downtown Tampa, and I go to St. Pete quite often, 20 minutes away. I do get parking tickets, and yeah, they suck. And I'm talking about, they'll get you too. I'm talking about like forgetting to pay for I pay, and then it expires, and 5 minutes later they're right up on you and they get you. So I remember when I got a $65 ticket the other day, and it was only 5 minutes expired. I'm like, so yeah, they will get you. So that's pretty awesome that disabled veterans get to park free statewide in Florida, according to these Florida statutes. And that's also pretty huge for the airport as well. You get the disabled veterans get free airport parking at Tampa TPA, Tampa International Airport, and that's pretty huge as well. Short-term parking right now at Tampa International, that's $24 a day, and disabled veterans get to park free for up to a week. You got 24 times 7. That's what, $168. I mean, you're saving $168 if you park for free and you just like, yeah, hey, let's go on vacation. And instead of, parking in long term and paying your $9, the $12 a day, or parking in short term and paying the $24 a day, you're going to save that $168, and you get to park right up there in the front and just walk straight in the airport and then boom, go on your vacation and use that $168 and go get yourself a couple meals, wherever you're visiting, or, just pocket the money. That's pretty huge, and that's a great savings, which I think is great for disabled veterans. Now remember when I told you to stick around to the end of this video and I'm gonna show you a way to save a lot of money? Here it is, and it all has to do with property taxes. Now this consideration for VA buyers in Florida is these property taxes. And for certain VA buyers, there are exemptions. Now if you're 10% disabled or more, then you get a $5,000 tax exemption. And that may not seem like a lot, but you get to combine that with your already homestead. And with the homestead, you get exempt automatically $50,000 from your property. So you can combine that $5,000 with the $50,000, and you're at $55,000 less taxes. So if your house is $500,000, you just minus $55,000, and now you're paying that amount. You're paying the tax amount on that amount instead of the full $500. And another good thing is, get this, if you're 100% disabled, then you get exempt from all property taxes. That's right, you're not paying no property taxes if you're living in Tampa, Florida, and you're a 100% disabled veteran. I mean, that is huge. Now, let me go ahead and put that in perspective for you. The average mileage rate recently was like $19.71. So you're paying $19.71 per $1,000 of your mortgage. I can put that into perspective even more. So like, say if you have a $500,000 house, that's 500 times 1971. You're paying $9,855 in property taxes on a $500,000 house. And if you're a 100% disabled veteran, you're saving almost $10,000 a year. I mean, that is huge. I don't know about you, but I could certainly use another $10,000 in my pocket. You think about it. What can you do with that? You can take the family on vacation. You can go put a down payment on something really nice. I mean, it's always great to have extra money in your pocket. I mean, who couldn't use an extra 10 grand a year? I mean, that's pretty huge. I mean, even if you're not a 100% disabled veteran and just getting that tax exemption off of $55,000 off of your that tax exemption of $55,000, that's pretty big as well. So anything savings is a pretty big thing, and I think that's an awesome thing they do for disabled veterans here in Tampa, Florida. And to wrap it up, veterans have a ton of benefits in Florida. Everything from something huge like saving on your property taxes to something as small as free parking. So if you're a veteran looking to move to Tampa from out of state or out of country, or if you're a veteran living in Tampa just looking to relocate, me and my partner James would be glad to answer any further questions you may have. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All of our information is in the description below. I personally would like to thank you for your service, and until next time, I hope to see you around town.